At this stage, the greatest incentive is freedom. If you're vaccinated, you are going to be able to participate in the economy. Then you're making the wrong choice. You're making the wrong choice. And for safety's sake, and for back to that point about how much work our nurses have to do, as this becomes absolutely a pandemic of the unvaccinated and we open everything up, it's not going to be safe for people who are not vaccinated to be roaming around the place spreading the virus. But yes, there's going to be a vaccinated economy, and you get to participate in that if you are vaccinated. For we have no choice but to follow advice that says we need to go harder and we need to go longer. There will be a curfew on advice from the Chief Health Officer from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. each and every day. Exercise is just that. It's not an opportunity for 7 families to catch up in the park. Each and every patron will have to give their first name, mobile phone, address, things of that nature. It's very simple, doesn't take very long, but it will just make the job of contact tracing in the event that there was a positive case at that particular venue at that particular time. It's just one more tool that'll make it a little bit easier, never easy, but a little bit easier for our 1,000 strong coronavirus detective squad to track you, to trace you, and to make sure that... We need people to follow the rules. And genuinely, stay at home means stay at home. So you will no longer be able to remove your mask to drink a cocktail at a pop-up beer garden on a footpath as part of a pub crawl. Take away, not hang around and turn the footpath into a pub. Pubs are shut for a reason. It's not safe for them to be open. It's as simple as that. There'll be no more drinking alcohol with your mask off in those circumstances. Playgrounds, basketball courts, skate parks and exercise equipment, despite the fact that it's outdoors, will be closed from 11:59 p.m. tonight. Permits for authorised work will come back, not from tonight. Also, for the purposes of higher education, if you're an authorised student, as it were, for the purposes of attending, some students need to attend. The construction sector, large projects will be reduced to 25%. Smaller projects will have a maximum of 5 workers. There will be additional restrictions in relation to movement between sites where trades work multiple sites.
Many of them have lost their jobs. They're distrustful of government to begin with. They probably will not be dissuaded from doing this again, given the kind of language you've used, even though a lot of people would agree with the language you've used, including most of us here. Have you considered using language that appeals to them?
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I speak plainly. I try and be as frank and as direct and as honest as I can be.
I'd also say this, the other area of danger is the place that we would normally consider to be the safest place on earth, our homes. You've already heard today that a number of the people who've actually now got the virus got it in a home situation. And we'll hear more detail about that in due course. But it is both a safe place and a dangerous place. We must treat this new world order, this new world of COVID, we must treat this new world of COVID, even in our own homes, with a high level of care and caution.
Well, if you don't want to get vaccinated, stay home. Don't go out. Because if you want to be able to go out, go on holidays, travel around this country and internationally, if you want to go out and enjoy the footy, you want to hug a loved one, you want to be able to shake hands again, then you need to get vaccinated. And there's statements made like, once you get to the 80%, the national plan says no more lockdowns needed. That is not true.
80% double dose means we can be freer than what we are today, no doubt about it. But does it mean we forget QR codes? Absolutely not. So we are working on a plan now as to what life will look like at 80%. And it has to be backed up with stronger compliance through the police force, stronger efforts for all of us. If you know that extended family members or friends are doing the wrong thing, call them out. And pleasingly, as Deputy Commissioner Willing reminds us, as Deputy Commissioner Warboys has, thousands and thousands of people are ringing Crime Stoppers every day and giving police great leads. Keep that up.
In relation to yesterday's protest, can I say how absolutely disgusted I was? It broke my heart. Millions and millions of people across our state are doing the right thing, and it just broke my heart that people had such a disregard for their fellow citizens. I just ask everybody to think about that. Each of those people who protested illegally, I'm sure, have loved ones. They're going to go home and risk passing that virus on to their most closest people to them.
We need to get used to being vaccinated with COVID vaccines for the future. I can't see that COVID is not going to be with us forever. Maybe in the future we can have even better vaccines and coverage across the world to achieve that. I mean, as a public health doctor, we always want to have diseases get totally eliminated, but that's not on the horizon in the near future. So booster doses, repeat doses will be part of it. You know, there'll be different advice about different schedules, which doses you get. And I can assure you that the Commonwealth Government has purchased large quantities of vaccine into 2022, and this will be a regular cycle of vaccination and revaccination as we learn more about when immunity wanes.